Welcome back, and if you're just getting in the door, we have a recap with some of the local stories you may have missed. From the station putting local first, we begin with Socorro ISD, and even though the calendar and weather still says summer, back to school looms for Socorro ISD as they look to turn the page on financial and administrative challenges. The district will kick off another school year as classes will begin on August 4th, and they'll also do it with a balanced budget for the first time since 2017. All this achieved following difficult decisions to lay off teachers and staff, to axe district program offerings, and cutting back on campus and district department budgets, all among other cost-cutting measures. The Opportunity Center for the Homeless in South Central El Paso is expanding shelter space as demand for housing grows in El Paso. A newly renovated facility is now open, and leaders telling KTSM it will give women in our community a safe place to stay and provide support to help them get back on their feet. The updated space offers more privacy along with access to recovery programs, healthcare, and housing assistance. The Women's Resource Center is one of 4 major projects that they are working on. And Doña County officials are ramping up relief efforts after flash flooding caused by heavy rain on Tuesday. Flooding there damaged more than 600 homes in Vado alone. Several neighborhoods in Vado remain flooded, with many people using pumps and buckets to clear standing water from their homes and yards. Officials say the county has shifted to its focus to assessing damage, restoring road access, and getting aid to affected families. And joining us now is Amanda Bowen, the emergency manager for Doña Ana County. Amanda, thank you so much for joining us. I know you just got out of a county commissioners meeting there just moments ago. A disaster declaration was issued. We'll get to that in just a second, but first and foremost, it's been really 48 hours since we saw the flooding in Vado. How is that community holding up?
You know, Andy, we've seen the resilience of our community and the way that the neighbors have come together to help one another. Our county response teams, our responders in general, a great amount of resilience and support for one another. It's a really difficult time for residents. We know that there's some frustration in the way that the situation is unfolding, and I'm just really proud of the way that we've all pulled together and continue to pull together as we work through the disaster.
Let's get into the disaster declaration now. What exactly does that entail, and how much of a resource, how much of a help is that ultimately going to be?
I hope it's a significant help for the residents of our county. It starts off by allowing us to access some emergency funds that we wouldn't normally have to be able to address infrastructure issues. So things like roads and like you were mentioning, flood structures, we can do some emergency measures on. Additionally, it gives our residents, in an unprecedented movement forward, it gives our residents some access to direct funds. They will have money in their pocket, and so we know that we can't fix everyone's problem and make them completely whole, but we really hope that we can fill a gap and help our community to get back on their feet in a way that helps them the most.
You all have told us that right now it's all about kind of recovering from this. Can you kind of give us an update where those recovery efforts stand right now and what more needs to be done?
Sure. So we're still working through damage assessments. We're making our way to all of the residents that were affected. We are trying to address immediate needs through those recovery efforts. So our team has opened a call center, which is 211. Any resident can call that number and either access resources or ask questions. And so we're really excited that we have a pathway for them to connect with us, and encourage anybody who does need assistance to utilize that line. Also, we've opened a disaster recovery center for people to access resources directly and sign up for aid. So that is financial resources, bottled water, sandbags, you name it. If it's mental health support or they want to meet with someone from a faith-based community, they can do that there. Red Cross is providing some muck out kits, and we're signing people up for assistance in a greater capacity. So some of that muck out and mud cleaning and any kind of additional need they might have, they can go there. Those recovery efforts will be ongoing for some time as we wait for the waters to clear the area and be able to put people back forward.
Yeah, Amanda, we're seeing some of those images from Tuesday right now, and absolutely devastating. Vado has experienced flooding before similar to this. What exactly is it about the geography for Vado that makes it more susceptible to flooding?
Well, I would say that in general, Doña County is a lot of our homes and where we live our lives is near the river, and unfortunately the way that our county is structured, when it rains up high, that has to come towards the river in order to drain out, and a lot of the communities that are in the pathway of that see an impact. We've had flooding in other parts of our county just this month, and this is not the first time, as you said, Vado has flooded, and so we're working on some potential mitigation actions, but unfortunately the storm paths, when they dump such significant amount of rains, 2 to 3 inches of rains in a really small area, there's very little that can be done in order to move that water out in a quick manner, and it ends up with what we're facing today.
Chief Meteorologist Robert Bettis kind of highlighted exactly how hard that rain was falling in that short period of time on Tuesday. Lastly, Amanda, I'll get you out on this. With more storms kind of in the forecast for the weekend, what needs to be done between now and then? I know the ground's still really saturated. What are you guys doing to help residents be prepared for future weather, as well as what can residents do themselves to make sure that they are prepared?
So the sandbag pickups is a really good way for people to be able to block access of water to their homes if they're in an area where it's encroaching on their yards. Lots of those homes just really don't have those options, and so we're working with the residents to be able to provide them some notification in advance of the storms that are coming through, ask them really to take emergency actions to take their life first, know that their life is the most important, and to evacuate the area if it's called for that, and then be able to work through the property damage later. Unfortunately, there's not a lot that can be done if there's focused rains in that area again that we were able to do other than offer some sandbags and sand. We do have some work crews that are going through trying to harden the areas as much as possible, but aside from that, we're going to do a lot of notification to the community and education to the community until we can come up with a more permanent fix.
Amanda Bowen, the emergency manager with Doña County, as another flooding disaster has hit our area. Certainly appreciate your time here, Amanda, and best of luck to all the residents picking back up from here. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, that was Amanda Bowen.